Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it's time for a squat day. But a quick reminder for those of you who watch these videos, please remember to click like down below, it'd be greatly appreciated. Squats went very good. Again, first time I've done 430 for my 5 plus, using my variation of 531. Got 6 reps, very happy with it. High bar strength coming along. We already know based on me getting those 6 reps that training max I hit last week is not, absolutely not my max. So I'm good for a high bar squat higher than 505. Absolutely no doubt about it. And in keeping with what I said yesterday, I'm not running the traditional 531 percentages anymore. I'm running the higher versions, like the sort of stuff that Windler will prescribe for people who want to do multiple more sets ramping. I don't need those easier ramp ups. I want to get straight to the meat and potatoes. So I'm doing 75, 80, 85%. The reason that means my first set is a work set. 5 reps at 75% will give a training response, right? It will give a training response. So these are all legitimately work sets. And then afterwards, I did only 3 sets of back offs. A lot of my lifts, I'm doing 5 sets. I'm finding with the squats, though, I get winded quick. And I think it's just due to all the weight sitting on my back, because I can come in and do belt squats pretty heavy for high reps later in the workout. But it's a fatigue management issue, and I may be able to correct that over time. But I'm not worried because my squats are going up. I'm not going to have a problem here, and then I'm making sure my quads, adductors, glutes are getting hammered hard. Also keep in mind I'm doing sled drags and stuff, so maybe I'm walking in always a little bit fatigued, right? Always a little bit fatigued. But people who commented, they're like, yeah, your quads are starting to get more diced. They are. I am still losing body fat. And that's something I've made clear. I've seen some people say, you don't have that much more fat to lose. I have a ton of fat to lose. Guys, I can drop another 20 pounds of body fat. I have no delusions about that as far as where my fat is. I am definitely at an athletic body fat now. Definitely there. But I can lose another 20 pounds of body fat. And realistically, I probably need to be competitive at my weight class. To make weight is mainly what I want to make sure of. I already know I'm going to knock down records. I need to make sure I make weight. And I don't want to do crazy water cuts to do it. That's the main thing. I've messed with that a lot in the past, and I don't want to have to do it. It's not worth it to me. I'd like to only cut 7, 8, 9 pounds of water at most, walk in and compete. So that's the idea. The first set, though, was super easy. It was just like, wow, that didn't even feel challenging. And then by the third set, I've really noticed the fatigue mounting on these after having done the heavy work. Also, today I decided to do something different. I joked and made a post already, but I'm not joking. It'll probably draw traffic to me. I'm going to piss off the whole weightlifting world. I haven't done anything controversial in a while. So I figured let me do some cleans, knowing I have mobility, I have limb length issues, all sorts of stuff. My cleans look terrible, but they still produce what I want. Big, explosive movement that works my upper back, right? Full body exercise, this training power, upper back, all that stuff, right? And I almost feel like I should show you guys on camera what happens when I put my arms into a rack position, because people are like, oh, your elbows are too low. That's it. In a full rack position, the bar is behind my head. It's like, what? My arms are that long. I've actually checked it. For me to be in a full rack position with my elbows up, the barbell would have to sit on top of my traps. I don't know what to do about it. I'm not a weightlifting coach. But yes, I'm aware that these power cleans, aka terrible muscle cleans, I'm aware they look bad. I don't care. I felt a great training response. It was moving a nice, explosive, big weight. But that being said, I'm sure weightlifters are going to be crying when they see it. I'll probably get a bunch of hate threads, some hate videos from weightlifters. It'll probably send some traffic my way, and then maybe some people will then see, oh, he's really strong on all this other stuff. Maybe I should stick around, pay attention, right? Good publicity stunt without having to insult anyone, right? Without having to insult anyone. Here's what I'm going to do on these. I want to work over to doing these with an axle bar. Then it's more permissible, because then people understand what I'm doing, that it's just a big strength movement for me. It's not me being able to clean or displaying any technical proficiency. It's just big, heavy, explosive movements, right? For me to get thicker and more powerful. Because that's all I care about with it. It really is all I care about. But I think the axle bar will be better. Plus, I want the extra grip training again. So I want to start doing these soon with an axle bar, but I needed to just mess with the straight bar and see what's going on. I haven't even tried to mess with these in forever. So, again, thought it would be fun to do. I got a training response, right? And you guys got to admit, I'm looking pretty thick doing these. Looking pretty thick. But again, I want to switch over to the axle bar, and that will be really orc mode. We talk about the whole orc mode thing, doing axle bar cleans, and then neck extensions at the end of my squat and deadlift days. That's orc mode, baby. That's orc mode. All right, belt squats. I went ahead and left my squat shoes on. Seemed to really help me with depth because I need that deep, deep, deep squat. I need that power out of the bottom since I'm going to high bar squat. I decided I'm going to compete high bar. I want to walk in, break my Masters 2 records, high bar. People forget that. They keep thinking of numbers. They're forgetting Masters 2. Guys, I turn 45 like here very, very, very shortly. Less than a month from now. Masters 2. Everybody's beat up by then. Everybody's beat up. I'm not. That's literally what it takes to break records, is just not be beat up after 45. So, I'm going to do it high bar. You know why? And if people have asked, I need to make more videos explaining that. I have some in the rotation. The breakfast chats are pretty far behind. I got like 50 of them or something. Like, I'm not joking when I say that. That a lot of it comes down to the high bar is easy on my shoulders. It's easy on my hips. I can do more training, more volume. You know what? And it's great for stacking muscle on. So I'm just going to compete high bar because I can do a ton of it. I can practice it and it doesn't hurt anything. Again, a compromise I'm making as a Masters lifter. And no one can hate on that. I mean, look, if I can come in and break any records, national world records, whatever, break any records high bar in powerlifting, you can't hate that. You can't hate that. It's technically considered to be by most a harder version of the squat. Plus, I mean, look how thick my legs and everything are getting again. Right? Adductors, quads, everything's getting thick from doing all this. Again, just going to keep having to diet down. I drop another 15 pounds of body fat, though. The legs will be pretty diced. Even the bodybuilders will be like, all right, they'll probably give a nod of respect at that point. I do got to lose that extra fat, though. Which is coming along great. Diet's going good. It's just nice, slow, and steady. So I only did 4 sets of those because I technically did 6 sets of squats, 6 work sets of squats. It's kind of getting to a point where it's like, I don't know if I really want to exceed 10 real serious work sets for a muscle. I need to be careful of that. Now, people say, but you're not going to do 10 on Friday, on deadlift day. No, that's true. But deadlifts are a quad exercise. And yes, that is proven. That's not hypothetical. There's research. Plenty of research on that. So I'm getting more quad work on Fridays. What does that bring me up to? 15 work sets? That's if we don't count anything else as quads. We don't count cleans, any of that stuff. 15 work sets for my quads and adductors and everything. That's a lot. Plus I sled drag several times a week. Sleds, again, quad hypertrophy. There's studies on that too, by the way. That's a whole different topic, though. I've probably got some videos coming up on that, discussing sled drags and squat muscle activation for athletes. It's been studied for strength and conditioning purposes. Okay, my quad volume's high. If we count every round of sled drags as a quad set, I'm past 20. So I need to be aware of that and realize I do get winded. I don't want to just destroy them. So I went ahead and I did my glute ham raises. I have not been doing glute ham raises on squat day because I've been like, well, I want it to be deadlift focus on deadlift day, squat focus on squat day. Hamstrings are an important stabilizer, number 1. Number 2, squat day is still a leg day, right? Because this isn't bro split. Not really bro split. It's slightly splitish based upon a primary movement, but it's still upper lower. I want to make sure my hamstrings stay maximally developed, and I try to make excuses to only do this exercise once a week. I'd love to make excuses because I hate how bad my hamstrings cramp the rest of the day. I hate it. But my God, do I get so much out of it. I mean, my hamstrings, people notice my hamstrings are big. This exercise has been a factor. Yes, the good mornings were a factor, but my hamstrings respond to this. Even when I'm not doing good mornings, they just keep responding. So I really do need to do it a lot of times, twice a week. I just get so much out of this movement. And I hate the way it beats me up later as far as just cramping and stuff if I'm not really careful. But I can be careful about it. It's worth it. Also, just again, the knee stability and everything else. It helps keep away all that inflammation and tendonitis in the knee from all the heavier, the squatting with knees going further forward due to high bar. It's a good idea. And then I finish off with my neck extensions. Normally, yes, this would push me past me saying, hey, we do 4 exercises, but some of them we didn't do 5 sets, and it's just neck extensions. And again, very orc mode. These help with my deadlift. It's helping me get yoked. We kind of come back over to the other stuff. All the rowing, all the deadlift volume, the cleans now being messed in. Need to keep that growing. And people noticed yesterday that when I did that shirtless quick showing my overhead press, I got traps now. My traps are big, but they could be bigger. My whole yoke could be bigger. It's not going to hurt me as a strength athlete to have a bigger yoke, and it is orc mode as hell. A big yoke and big forearms. So axle bar work, even neck extensions if we need to. Build it all up, guys. That's the power look. And that is what orc mode is about looking thick and strong. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.